Hello, hello. I'm just getting right into it. No starting soon, no nothing. Just getting right into it for all my future viewers. Because this video is going to get drowned out as quickly as possible as more and more people talk about it. You probably all heard the news already that Bitmain's releasing the KS3 Kaspa miner, and it's pretty powerful, 8.3 terahash at 31, basically under 3,200 watts. Super efficient compared to some of the ice river miners that I'm still skeptical of, but obviously we got some units out there in the wild. And the biggest thing is, why is Bitmain doing this? Bitmain would not invest the resources to build this ASIC unless they know something we don't, or unless they see something we don't, which is the title of today's video or live stream. So I'm interested to know what they see that I'm missing, or what they see that we're all missing. But they got a little guess the price giveaway type, or not giveaway, but guess the price prize, I guess you could say, on their website, where if you guess the correct price of the KS3, you get a $10,000 coupon. So I find that very interesting. And their website's been getting hammered ever since people were talking about it and stuff like that. So I find that super interesting, the amount of interest, I guess you could say, about it, right? Kaspa is not new. Matter of fact, if we go back to the charts here, while CoinMarketCap and even TradingView only starts in September, some of you may recall that Son of a Tech, I think, started at the end of Q2 or Q2 2023 or 2022 or Q3 2022, and I was right in the QT or the Q2 or Q3 somewhere. So it was me and Son of a Tech that talked about Kaspa, and you could see, when we were mining it, it was very much fractions of a penny. And now, right now, at time of filming, is at 2 cents. The height, it was around 4 cents. So people who've been mining it, were obviously, if they took profits up here, they're doing pretty good. And that's very interesting to me, because is Kaspa the next Ethereum? I would say no. But why is Bitmain getting in? Bitmain has to see something. Their corporation, their company has to see something we're missing. Because right now, all of this screams to me is, okay, next time Kaspa pumps, I'm going to go ahead and take profits, because I'm ahead of where I was when I started. And I may just want to get out and convert it into Bitcoin or some other top 10 asset rather than Kaspa. Because usually when you have this much, hash rate come online, obviously it becomes very much unprofitable for miners and stuff like that. But the Kaspa's project has always been with the foregone conclusion that, hey, we're not just GPU focused, right? We want to grow beyond that. We want to grow GPUs, FPGAs, ASICs, quantum computing, whatever it might be in the next generation. So they always had that mindset, and we knew that was coming. And I always express that in my videos, guys. Don't get too attached to this currency as a GPU miner, because they always plan on moving beyond GPU mining. But here's the thing, Ethereum, even though it switched to proof of stake, so now nobody can mine it, whether you got an ASIC, FPGA, or GPU, it was always still kind of decentralized, right? You got the big centralized players trying to get as much hash rate as they could on ETH hash, but the GPU miners were fighting good, right? So it was kind of, the GPU miners were still participating. As things continue, like, GPU miners aren't mining Kaspa right now, not as much as they could be. And it's all pretty much FPGAs and ASICs with a handful of GPU miners, where Ethereum had a lot of GPU miners. So what does Bitmain see in Kaspa that we're missing out on? So I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit and just throw my hat in the arena. Not all the points I'm going to mention in this video or live stream is going to be valid, but I just want to make sure, because you're going to start to see all of these different videos talking about how crazy this miner is and how great it is and stuff like that. Obviously, with some words of caution saying be careful, because once these hash rate comes online and, with current pricing and maybe some calculations, the profits are going to be crap. So by the time you get the miner, you're only going to be making so much a day. That is absolutely true. And I agree with that, and definitely want to urge caution. But Kaspa's been doing a pretty good job of promoting itself, as well as partnering and expanding, right? Different exchanges, different partnerships, different groups. They just signed up or have Uphold now supporting them, right? That was just the other day, May 9th. Kaspa's available on Uphold tomorrow, May 10th. Hey, much awaiting listing with Uphold Inc. finally here, right? CFI, centralized finance, be your own bank, Kaspa, DAG, POW, right? So they're constantly growing. They're constantly growing, and that's a good thing, right? Over here, King's Cross Hotel, Istanbul, Turkey. Experience the convenience of using Kaspa at the hotel accommodation, airport transfers, spa treatments, delicious food, and more. Enjoy a fiat-free stay with Kaspa. So they're getting, again, partnerships with different entities and corporations, you know, trying to get users to spend their currency to have wonderful accommodations or whatever it might be. So using the currency for what it's intended for. I like that. So Kaspa is on track to still be good as long as they can maintain the current growth trajectory they are on. The moment they start getting lazy, which I haven't seen from the team yet, whether it's the devs or the marketing team, the moment they start getting lazy and we start having all of these different ASICs come on board, that's when we're going to have a problem. Because you're going to see this currency, as far as the price and everything, drastically reduce. Or excuse me, the overall currency price is obviously going to crash. Let me sign in real quick so we can go look at the main page. I do have my own account for this particular website. You got to, if you're working with Bitmain at any point in time. And I'm not verified because I didn't complete KYC, but we at least can go look at the page when it boils down to that. So let me save this. Kaspa, we're going to the page now. There we go. All right. So guess the price. Again, a little competition. A lot of people have been weighing in. Red Panda Mining went live. Rabbit Mining went live. I'm sure a number of my fellow colleagues are going to go live tonight about it. So again, you're going to get inundated with these different videos talking about this miner and what's going on. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that Bitmain is seeing something or knows something that we as the general public do not know, because they wouldn't have invested the resources they're investing into Kaspa mining equipment. What that is, I do not know. I'm sure we could sit here and speculate all damn day, but that's not the thing. Something else has got their eye, and I'm intrigued by what is it. But obviously there's some concern. So with this pricing of this of this ASIC, right? So let's think about this. 8.3 gigahash, 31, almost 3,200 watts. We know what the Ice River is priced at. Matter of fact, let's go pull up the Ice River. And I don't know, has anybody actually bought the Ice River besides Red Panda Mining, who received a unit and a few others? If you have, and I can remote in and play around with it, I would like to do that, but I understand my small channel may not be of interest to you. However, if you're willing to give me a shot, I would greatly appreciate it. So we got the Ice River, the KS2. Don't get that confused with the CAS KS2. KS3 is what they're calling this one, right? So is Ice River like kind of like a subdivision of Bitmain? Because they use the same naming scheme or nomenclature. That's interesting. Anyways, $30,000 for this thing that only gets 2 terahash. Right, 2 terahash, $30,000. This new one's gonna get us 8.3 terahash. So this thing is definitely gonna be freaking up there in price. And I'm not checking the chat just yet. I'm trying to get all this information out. Spitballing. These are just my thoughts, my speculation. This is not financial advice or anything like that. I'm just literally trying to talk to you and get you to just step outside the box, keep your head on a swivel, look around. Something else is got their attention. What is it? I don't know. So 8.3 divided by 2. Obviously, we know that would have been, 4.5. So 4.5. $30,000 times 30. Definitely could be easily, if Bitmain wants to choke the market and there are centralized mining operations willing to spend that kind of money, this could easily be over $100,000. Easily be. Now, $124,000 for one ASIC is a lot of money, but considering what it's calculated at And we know we could go to what? Mine the ASIC, which might have it, not yet. All right, let's go to ASIC Miner value, which does have it. This device that's right now, if you had it in hand, $2,700 a day, that's a pretty penny, right? That's probably the most I've ever seen in my years of mining, and I've been mining for a hot minute. So times 365, that's almost $1 million a year if you didn't pay electricity, almost. So you can easily pay this thing down really quick. But again, by the time you get it, the profitability was going to take a hit. Now, I saw our buddy Rabbit Mining calculate the hash rate for Kaspa, and I could be just as wrong, but he was basing it on 1.2 petahash. And there's a lot of hash rate that I don't think this is calculating. The network hash rate for Kaspa should be around 3 petahash from my own data and calculations, because there are entities out there direct mining Kaspa, right? Remember I showed you how to do solo mining through your own node, and how you can take other people's hash rate and point it towards your node and hash for you, and how there's some things you need to do at the router or firewall depending on your network setup. 3 petahash is where the network is at now. Does that mean these Bitmain ASICs are already online and being tested? I don't think so. Maybe a handful of them, maybe the Ice Rivers, maybe the multi-miner. But this could easily be a 10, maybe 15 petahash network when these ASICs come online. Easily. Because, again, that's 8 terahash per device. 8.3 terahash per device. Making your FPGA bit streams irrelevant, making the Osprey E300 irrelevant, making your GPUs irrelevant. That's not going to hurt Kaspa one bit. Again, they always plan to grow beyond. As long as they continue their growth cycle, as long as they continue the trajectory they have been on as far as marketing, pushing for exchanges, all that good stuff, they could be good. The moment they start slowing down, that's when we're going to see some problems. That's where I'm going to have my personal concerns, right? We don't have a lot of exchanges. Compared to Ethereum and other projects out there, there's not a lot of exchanges. So they need to continue to push to be on various exchanges. They need to continue to push for marketing and development and hitting their roadmap goals and the whole 9 yards. Because the moment they don't, and all this hash rate comes online, this project is going to tank. Which sucks, because I like the project. I want to see it succeed. Another thing to consider, there's already 64% of the circulating supply out there. With these ASICs coming online, right, we should catch up to that 100% mark pretty fast. In my opinion, right? If we only started since last year, and we're already 64% of the entire circulating supply, that's probably why they want to rush out these miners as fast as possible. That's probably why we're getting these ASIC miners as fast as possible, because there's not going to be much circulating supply afterwards, or to obtain. Less than 40% of the circulating supply is yet to be mined. So you want to mine as much of it as possible, as quickly as possible, so that way you can hang on to it. Because usually if their demand continues to grow because they're pushing so hard, right, their price should follow, because the scarcity is there. Now, obviously, there's going to be some different things and optimizations done to the project, and it's going to, there's still going to be mineable, right? Because as a miner, we're still processing and finalizing transactions. Even if we got to the last block or the last amount of circulating supply, we're still there. There'll still be trading. There'll still be algo botting. There'll still be automated trading, AI trading, all kinds of stuff. So the miners will still be there processing the transactions, finalizing the transactions, and verifying that the validity of the blocks. So we'll still have a job. As far as GPU mining, not so much. FPGAs, probably not. ASICs are going to be the only way to compete in the Kaspa or to mine the Kaspa currency, unfortunately, is the route that we're seeing. But just something to think about. The title of the video says Kaspa is effed unless Bitmain sees something we don't. And I think they would not have invested so many resources into these ASICs if they didn't see something. Maybe it's a repurposed miner, right? I'm not entirely sure. You can't repurpose an E9 right? Because the E9 focused on ETH hash is a memory-intensive algorithm. This is a more core-intensive algorithm. Memory does help a bit, but it's a more core-intensive algorithm. So what is it that Bitmain sees that we don't? That's my question to you. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the Kaspa growth, the rate of growth. And I wish nothing but the best for the team. No hard feelings whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, this is the hardware is growing faster than the software. And when you have that situation, that usually spells disaster for the project itself. Usually. That may not be the case here, and I could be completely wrong. I'm just saying usually. Again, besides Red Panda, I haven't been able to keep up with all the different news bits. That's why I'm doing this live. I don't know anybody else that has the Ice River miner besides Red Panda Mining who already watched their video. If anybody does have one and they're willing to allow me to remote in any desk or whatever so I can look at it, and I know you can't change the pool or anything, but if I could just check it out, play around with it for a little bit, that'd be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I got my FPGA compared to these big ass powerful beasts. My FPGA is done for. But the beautiful thing is, I can always switch. I'm not stuck like Chuck with an ASIC specialized at mining a particular currency and it can't do anything else. FPGAs are adaptable. That's why I like GPUs and FPGAs. They're adaptable. I can continue to move on to the next project, the next thing, the next currency. It's ASICs that you can't. So long term, will Kaspa be around and in a position to where it's profitable or still profitable for people to mine it, whether it's with ASICs or FPGAs or whatever the new device is at that time? Will that happen? That's a question that nobody has a crystal ball to. So just be mindful as you're watching all the content that comes out regarding this miner, Kaspa KS3 from Bitmain. Bitmain's a giant in the industry. They're a juggernaut. And they don't make moves unless they see something profitable within it. And that's why I think they got to see something we don't. And, again, because Kaspa's growth and a constant push into the industry, working with various partners, trying to get on various exchanges, I think that's a positive indication. But just tread lightly with caution. Don't play into the hype too much. But just be mindful of what people are saying, what people are doing. I expect this thing to be well over $100,000, if not maybe right at, like, let's say, I'm going to say, my guess, by the way, is going to be like $87.99. If we're playing Price is Right rules, I probably failed. But if I were to guess a price, $87.99, $87,999 is my price that I'm putting in. I know a lot of people has guessed. And if you guess right, you could win a $10,000 Ant Miner coupon. They wouldn't give you a $10,000 coupon if the unit was $30,000 or if the unit was $50,000. It's definitely got to be much higher than that. So we'll see. So I'm going to get out of here. I got to get some food on the grill for the fam. But I just wanted to urge caution and obviously keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. All the same things that I keep saying. But Bitmain definitely sees something we're not privy to. And Bitmain's always been those type of people that behind the scenes, during the ETH dev meetings and stuff like that, because they were a supporter and they were supportive of the switch to proof of stake. They're the type of people that, if you have a nice or tight relationship with them, you're on the inside, basically. So they see something that we don't. What is it? You got some inside information. You know how to find me. DMs, Twitter, Discord. You know where I'm at. I don't know what it is, but we'll see what happens with Kaspa or what happens in the future. So is this good news? Well, Bitmain coming out with it or showing interest in Kaspa, I think is a positive indicator for Kaspa. However, the amount of hash rate that can hit the network without price continuing to push up and the difficulty continuing to push up as these devices come online, obviously is going to tank the currency. And as Rabbit Mining said, we could have another Cadena. I agree. But if Kaspa can counter that with continued growth on the current trajectory that they're on and continue to push to be in exchanges, I think we're golden. I'm done repeating myself. I just want to make sure that, my opinion is out there for you guys to destroy or take in or add to or whatever you want. I wish you nothing but the best. I want everybody to be successful in their own right. I'm glad I mined Kaspa when I had the opportunity to. I'm actually still mining Kaspa. I'm making 100 Kaspa a day with one FPGA at 125 watts, but that's not going to last long with our current, hardware rollout that we're bumping into as Ice Rivers come online, as this eventually comes out. Now, they said they have a shipping date of August 2023, but somewhere else I saw May. I don't know why, but I saw May, which doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was a May release and then August. Yeah, so May release and then an August rollout of the units. And then there's nothing concrete yet, but I trust Bitmain to have a miner more than I would trust Ice River to have a miner. When a new company comes online, that usually kind of signifies, okay, what the hell's going on? So anyways, you guys get back to what you're doing. You should have yourself a wonderful day. Yep, see the right here in highlight. You see how it says 277? Let me get out of your way. You see how it says 2.77 petahash? Let me zoom in. Oh, you can't see it now. Right here, 2.77 petahash. But then over here it says 1.9 petahash. I believe we're at 3 petahash already on the network. But as these ASICs come online, 15, calculate, do some math, tweet at me. What would happen? What would the price be if we stayed at our current rate with 15 petahash on the network? Let me know your thoughts. There's a bunch of intelligent people out in this crypto community. That's why I love it. So you guys do you. Do your best. Stay safe out there. I don't think I see any questions. So I'm going to get the heck up out of here. How many units to ship? I don't know how many units Bitmain will ship. But hardware is not easy to come by, right? That's one of the reasons. I know some of you are new to the channel. So one of the reasons why my car is not getting repaired right now is the components to get those components is taking weeks, if not months. The electronics, that's why we're building fabs here in the US. We're in a position right now where getting a hold of these chips and these electronics and these devices, these silicon, whatever it might be, is harder and harder to come by. So it's going to be a progressive rollout. That's probably why we're not seeing much from Ice River, and there was only a handful of units to send out to reviewers or content creators. But as people who bought, obviously first come, first serve, they'll be shipped out in batches. And they've done that before. It's just the batches were larger. So I don't expect the batches to be much bigger than in the past. But I don't know, maybe we could see a couple thousand first batch, and then maybe 5,000 second batch, and then maybe 10,000 third batch as they build up their resources and stuff like that. Purchasing guidelines, obviously you could pay with USDT on Ethereum or ERC20 or TRC20. You got Ethereum Classic, you got Bitcoin, and you got USD. I don't recall, I never bought from Bitmain directly, and I don't think they'll take a credit card, but I'm assuming if you're a large operation, like when you sign in, I can actually ask to talk to my sales manager or my account manager. And I'm pretty sure large operations are already and have been already in discussion with Bitmain prior to today about XYZ batch. So if anything, there's already a farm that's going to get a large portion, if not all of the first batch, and then the general public will start to feed in on the second and third and fourth and fifth. So we'll see what happens. August 2023. Bitmain's obviously got to test this equipment before they ship it out. And we're going to keep an eye on the hash rate as it fluctuates. And I'm pretty sure we'll start to see it climb up as we get closer to August. And as we get into August, obviously farms and small miners and stuff like that will start to kick on their rigs and go from there. So right now, 3 petahash, maybe a little bit less than 3 petahash is what my network hash rate calculator is telling me is where we're at right now. Keep an eye on how things go moving forward. All right. I'm out of here. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you. Good luck. There's going to be a lot of content about this topic. I can't stress enough, be aware of your surroundings. Keep your head on a swivel. Think before you act. Don't fall for FUD. Don't fall for hype. But at the same time, Bitmain knows something we don't. I'm telling you, Bitmain knows something we don't. Otherwise, they wouldn't have invested the amount of resources they're investing into Kaspa. So Kaspa, is it the next Ethereum replacement? We'll just have to do a whole video about that. Stay tuned. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please do me a favor on the way out. Hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out some of the links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.